Test riding the 2025 Aprilia Tuono V4, non-factory. So, seating position, this is pretty nice. I like this a lot. And so far down low, it has some pretty good manners. I was expecting something a little unruly with the power that this has, 180 horsepower. The demo guy kept saying 200 horsepower, but everything you read on the good old-fashioned interwebs says 180, so I'm gonna roll with that, pun intended. But for the most part, this is pretty good. The windscreen is doing pretty well. I really wasn't expecting great things considering that it's so small, but this keeps a fair amount of wind off of me. I'm 5'9". If you ask my wife, I'm 5'10". This is pretty comfortable. This isn't anything unmanageable, and it has pretty good manners. The bi-directional quick shifter works really well. So the brakes here are pretty nice. Man, this is smooth. It leans in really well. It has a good feel to it, functional, like something you could really take advantage of as far as either daily commuting or for riding some nice twisties. Yeah, this bike, it feels confidence inspiring. Man, the directional quick shifter on this is just so nice. I've ridden a few other bikes that the quick shifter puts the suspension under load, and that's not something you obviously want rolling into a corner, but this is nice. There is no preload on the suspension. It is seamless, both up and down. Like I said, very confidence inspiring. This is something I feel like if my wife was to hop on, and she's not as experienced of a rider, she's got a few years under her belt, but I could comfortably, you know, let her ride this and not feel like she's just going to be paranoid or terrified the entire time she's riding. Feels manageable. It has a little bit of a sporty seating position, but nothing crazy. Should be a good couple of turns back here, so we're going to see just how it feels over a couple of bumps and in these corners here. You probably can't see it on the footage, but there are some bumps in the road, and this soaks it up pretty well. Whee! This colorway is pretty nice. Really was not sure I was gonna like this yellow, but in person, man, it looks good. It's like a matte finish to it. Looks nice. I do like the yellow, but I think the silver looks a little bit nicer. It really does feel just incredibly smooth. I think this would be a great bike for someone that is moving from intermediate to something a bit more advanced, something they feel they may want to take to the track and use as an all-around bike. Kind of fits the bill and checks most of the boxes. I don't think this is an unreasonable ask for this bike, but I think for the most part this really does check a lot of those boxes. Down low, man, this cruises really well. You could come out to this bike every day and say, man, I can either hop on the highway, run to town, go to work, go hit some twisties. I will say the brakes on this are absolutely phenomenal. You know, compared to some of the other super sports I've ridden, they either bite too hard or they're just incredibly aggressive. This does it really well. It really is, like I said, a confidence inspiring bike. There isn't anything that is just absolutely absurd. I will say I know a lot of the Aprilias have run hot the past model or so, and this one isn't too bad. It is a little cool outside, but I don't feel anything on my legs. I don't feel anything on my knee, my ankle, my calf, inside of my thigh. There's nothing that indicates this is too hot of a bike. I could say you'd be sitting at a red light in Texas and it wouldn't be too bad. No more hot than any other bike I've ridden. I don't really feel like there is too much to nitpick about this bike. There's a little bit of pressure on my hands, not my wrists, but the palms of my hands. that maybe just that the bar is a little small from some of the other bikes I've ridden. A little bit of pressure on my lower back, but for the most part this has been a great bike. I don't feel like Aprilia is too crazy in asking their price for this. I think what, 16.5-ish, but this is good, man. I think anybody considering this bike, it is a real contender, and I think you would be hard to beat it. Alright guys, well, I appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, man, leave them in the comments below. Oh, this thing puts a huge smile on my face.